You have songs on YouTube?
All right,
Yeah,
we
original.
are live out here at Niche Wine Lounge in beautiful Holly Springs, North Carolina. Hope everyone out there is having a good Memorial Day.
A happy
it's hard.
Memorial
Well,
Day.
it's hard to say happy because
Well, that's-
Memorial Day is kind of a somber
It
event.
inherently is not.
But it is
that.
the start of I know because it's the start of summer, so that's how we
Yeah.
end up celebrating it. But yeah, it's good. We
Well,
got
we're
Matt
still
from
here.
Boston here. I've got his website up there on the screen, so you can go check out. Yeah. So he is our first guest on season 2 of the
Yep.
Maverick Rose Music Hour,
Welcome.
and we're excited
Thank you.
to have him out
Thank
here.
you for having
welcome
me.
out to the show, man.
I'm excited.
So you can always check out what we got going on over at MaverickRoseMusic.com. I got merchandise. You can connect with the podcast there. Of course, we've also got our Patreon as well. So you can go to patreon.com/The Maverick Rose Music Hour
and be one of the cool people.
and be one of the cool people and support us. Hey, Zimbad said, "What's up? What's up, brother?"
Oh, he's
Hope
out
everything's
there?
good. He is out there
Because
in
he's
the
not
internet.
returning my emails.
He's
anymore.
not returning your
You know, he
emails.
shows a
Did you
guy a
piss
good
him off?
time and then disappears. I don't.
That's
Piss
right.
him off?
I don't know.
Might have,
maybe.
man. He's a sensitive guy.
Well, he's watching right now, so
That's right.
answer those emails.
There,
Okay,
there you
he's
go.
kind of our producer.
That's all right. He's sort of the executive producer of the show. Yeah, that's right. Okay, lyric of the week. What do you got, Jim?
Okay. See if you can guess who it is. I'm gonna kind of sing it a little bit just because it's weird to say it.
All right, get a little closer to the mic for me, man.
Goes something like this: Prime mi caruccia Chevy 39, going to El Monte Legion Stadium. Picked up on my Wisa. She is so divine. Guess who that is?
Sounds like Frank Zappa to me. That seems like a
Frank
Zappa
Zappa.
lyric.
For
I
a
don't-
song's called Dog Breath, which you'll be able to hear
we'll,
later.
we'll have that later on the show. So, and
And
this
you
is
do
a
it
friendly
by heart.
reminder that
Yeah.
while the Maverick Rose Music Hour is a podcast, we're also a part of the radio show Retro Rewind on WCOM. That's WCOMFM.org, 103.5 FM on the dial. WCOMLP, Chapel Hill, Carborough, representing.
And what time can we hear it?
It is 11 to 2, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. every Monday. So, yeah.
And it
check that
sounds
out.
good.
Yeah, cool. So we're proud to be a part of that as well. We got Marty from Rescue Wood Rehab out here, I believe.
He's half full.
What's up, Marty?
Maverick, hello.
How are you, my friend?
It's been a couple of weeks.
It has. I'm gonna post up this picture right now of you and Ted on your couples retreat.
Yes, we.
Is that no?
Yes.
For those who don't know, Marty and Darcy are married. That Ted is
No, he
the
never acknowledges
Ted is,
me on
that's right. Ted is the owner of the Niche Wine Lounge where we host the show.
We had a
And,
little golf trip.
Marty
with
is
some
our
guys.
sponsor.
I think he
Great.
spends more time with Ted.
Now
than
look,
me.
we also I got a picture of Ellie here from last. So that's Ellie there. So she filled in for you last. She did a fantastic job, man.
Yeah.
I was a little confused when she showed up though, and she was like,
she's my
"Hi, I'm Marty."
protege. Yeah, I'm her protege, yes.
She did your voice and everything.
She did the voice and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, folks.
That's right. Yeah, she
Hey,
gave us the
folks.
"Hey, folks."
Welcome
She
to
makes
Rescue
fun of
Wood
him a lot
Rehab.
anyway. So
Yeah, man.
So the Maverick Rose Music Hour is proudly sponsored by Rescued Wood Rehab.
That's right.
So it's great to see everybody. Hello, my love.
So
hello, my love.
I had to acknowledge you. And hello,
That's it.
Jim and Matt. It's
Hey,
great that you're
Marty.
here as well.
yeah,
How you doing?
So Maverick, how you been?
good, man. Zen out there, he's watching. He's obviously executive producer of the show, and he said that you look very different from last week.
Well, just a little tan. Yeah, a
Little
little more
tan, yeah.
tan. That's
you were
it.
That's
prettier
right.
last week.
Oh, I was
That's right.
prettier last week. Is that it? Yeah, that's for sure.
Love it,
That's
man.
for
Did you guys
sure.
have a good trip?
We did have a great trip. It's Pinehurst is a beautiful area here in North Carolina, and wonderful to get away once a year with a great group of guys. And Ted here, the owner at Niche Wine Lounge, is gracious enough to pay for all of the trip. Oh no, that didn't happen. Okay.
Oh no, I was going to say that doesn't sound like Ted.
I
from-
think our credit card receipts say differently.
Yeah, no. But we had a great time, and it's good to get out and play golf once
Excellent.
in a while. And
So, can you talk to me a little bit about the button that you're wearing there?
yeah, so this button is something. If you are a member, a patron on Patreon, Patreon.com, right?
Yep.
And look up Maverick Rose Music Hour.
Yep.
And that is one of the pins you'll receive if
That's
you're
right.
one
So
of
those
the
are our
first
founder pins,
subscribers.
the first
Yes.
40 subscribers that we get, paid subscribers, I should say,
Paid
because there is a
subscribers,
free
yeah.
subscription. But if you're part of the paid subscription, our first 40 will get these pins, and they're the only ones. We're only doing one run.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. These are fantastic
Only those
and
on
fun
the-
to wear and represent.
And you get all kinds of behind the scenes stuff and everything else from us there.
There
So,
is all kinds of stuff on Patreon, and
cool.
you can go out there and see some exclusive pictures you won't ever see live on YouTube or even
that's
in
right.
the replay.
And occasionally some videos and stuff too. So
There's some-
I know the photographer. He's pretty
Yeah,
talented.
there's
He's got
some
a good eye
interesting
for
stuff you get to see.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, but pictures of the dog mainly.
That's it
Yeah.
exactly.
Because that's what's on your phone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
well, that's what's on the phone. Yeah, yeah. I've got 50 pictures of the dog and one of my wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
From 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
Before we had Bud.
or with the dog. Yeah. But Andy, our bartender here, has
Yes.
provided us with a drink of the week.
Nice.
So
What do we
let
got
me
this week?
Just step down and get this.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the meantime, I just want to let everybody know if you're playing at home, anytime I say Gemini out there, that is your opportunity to drink. So whether you've got water, and I invite all of you here, if you have a beverage with you, it doesn't matter if it's water, alcohol, soda, tea, whatever. Anytime you hear Gemini, go ahead and take a drink. So I do reference Jim and myself frequently, so I don't want to get anybody too toasty.
Jim smells chicken. Who's got chicken?
Ooh, Jim's
Oh yeah.
hungry. Jim's
so Jim,
hungry.
Jim did not eat before the show tonight. So
He's
oh yeah,
hangry.
what do you got there, Marty?
So
Sorry.
this, I told Andy to take it easy. It's been a long weekend, so
Yeah.
I told him something with bourbon, but easy. So
Yeah.
he made a bourbon cutie,
Oh wow,
and that's quite the little
Very
cutie.
nice.
It's very
It's a
tasty.
little
though.
glass.
that is
Is that what we got there? Is that bourbon?
No,
Straight up?
that's old fashioned.
Oh, okay.
nice.
All right, well, I'm going to let you guys get back
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
the show.
Thank
and
you so much. We
Jim,
appreciate
good luck
your,
with the wine
your
of the
continued
week.
support. And yeah, hopefully people will come out here to the Niche Wine Lounge and hang with us. We do live entertainment 6 nights a week out of 7.
We got a good
So,
crew here
it
tonight,
is a good
man.
crew
Thank you,
tonight. Yeah,
everyone.
we
for
love
coming.
the live audience. That makes
Yes,
everything
we do.
better. So
Thank you.
all right,
Make some
Well,
noise.
Jim,
Just wanted to say
what happened
about
to you this week, man?
Frank Zappa.
Oh yeah, of
His
course.
lyrics make me laugh, and they're supposed to. I mean, a lot of the lyrics make me laugh, but they're not supposed to.
That's true.
So I'm just saying. It's nice
Sometimes
to-
you have to laugh so you don't cry. Because it's too true. It hits too close to the bone. What's your wine of the
So
week,
my
man?
pathetic wines of the week.
Oh, no.
I decided to just go with it. Just
Yeah,
make
lean
it as
into it, man.
stupid as possible. So this week I'm doing custard.
Custard?
Custard.
Like
So-
frozen custard?
Well, that's part of it.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of me.
I am
here.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
So in New Hampshire, when they talk about custard, or Long Island, it's a cup of custard. It's like pie.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire, I can buy a whole custard pie. I can eat half of one for breakfast with coffee. Now down here, when you say custard, you're talking about some kind of ice cream.
Yeah, frozen custard.
Some really
Yep.
good ice cream.
Yep.
Thick,
Still.
thick, good ice cream.
Now I've seen custard pies in the Lion store,
Yeah.
but it's got coconut.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
No, sorry. I can eat coconut plain, but it can't be in stuff.
What kind of custard pie do you like?
Plain custard pie. They don't have any down here. I haven't found any.
Do you put whipped cream on
The
it?
coconut, just the consistency. When you bite in a piece of pie, you know those worms on the sidewalk that dry up in the sun?
The wiggle?
You
Yeah.
might as well be chewing on one of those.
Oh, I love coconut, but I didn't know it was like a worm.
So if someone knows where custard pie is, please tell me. I don't want
I
to
think someone should
drive to
deliver
New
it right
Hampshire to
now.
get one.
So here's what I love is Matt's face because he's like, I thought this was a music podcast, and then
Well,
Jim's
it's
talking
not.
about custard. We do a Jim's wine of the week
No,
because
this is.
no,
I'm
he's-
learning a lot about
Jim-
Jim.
He has
This
a
is
lot,
great.
Jim has a lot of things that grind his gears, so
Yeah.
it's relevant to music just in the sense that Jim is a musician and these things happen to him.
Jim has become a fan favorite.
But he is, yeah, people-
because he's a
people
little
like
grumpy, and right now he's hangry.
it. Yeah, that's right.
So- but if
I'm
anyone
hangry
has a-
too. I thought there was gonna be a hot dog cart.
Everybody
Yeah.
thought there was going to be a
I-
hot dog.
Where's the
Mine
hot
don't
dog
have
cart, Ted?
Frankie's Franks didn't come
Is
out
it too
tonight,
late
man.
for them to come out?
Somewhere
They
else.
had
I
no.
don't
They
wanna
had
say
he had a previous engagement.
I'm
already,
hoping somebody
somebody
delivers a
booked him way
plain
ahead of time.
custard pie to Jim during the podcast.
That's right.
With extra coconut.
That's right.
Not
That's
the
right.
worms. That would be so funny.
It would be.
Chessie, do you know of any custard pies anywhere?
No, but I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
you would. Yeah, yeah.
I know what he's talking
Because she's not from around here either. So that's explain.
But is that custard any good, the ice cream stuff?
It's delicious.
But it's
Oh,
not
amazing.
like custard.
No, it's like ice cream.
It's like really
It's
Why
like
do they
really
call it
creamy
custard?
because it's not ice cream.
because it has more eggs or
Yeah,
something.
it's a completely different product.
It's like gelato.
Yeah,
It's still
yes,
ice cream,
yeah,
but there's
yeah.
something different about it. No one
Exactly.
knows
it's
what.
usually soft.
Yep.
Well, gelato's gelato.
Oh my
Custard
gosh.
is Make up a new word for it.
That's true. That's true.
Really
so I
good
do want
ice
to point out, since we do have a relatively large studio audience today, if you have something that you'd like to comment, we do have the guest mic here. So Marty isn't the only one who gets to use it. Anybody that's interested.
Anybody can
if
come
we're
up.
saying something that you want to comment on or you've got insight on, please feel free to come up, gesture, and then we'll get you right on. So that's good stuff. All right. Well, Darcy, you have
Are you gonna play?
Nope.
Okay.
Darcy, you have our one-hit wonder of the week.
I do have the one hit
What have
wonder,
you got
which
for
I
us?
did not tell you guys ahead of time because a lot of times
I
we
feel
don't.
like you didn't tell us ahead of time because you didn't know that you had one-hit wonder this week.
Well, I didn't until about 3 hours ago, even though you texted last week about it. But I didn't tell you because you guys are gonna make fun of it,
Yeah.
and I wanted it to be real when you made fun
Is it
of
the Macarena again?
No, that was whenever that was. So since we were talking about country, and I know we're going to talk more about country.
Before you say this, I just want to let everybody know this may end up being our final podcast. We'll see how things go. This may be the thing that drives a rift in us. All right.
Because this was a one-hit wonder from somebody who everybody knows for other things, but part of it was singing, and that would be "Achy Breaky Heart" by Billy Ray Cyrus.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
right?
Oh, we
Ted
get some
likes
applause
that.
out there. Yeah.
Ted likes that.
Yeah.
So even though everybody knows him as Miley's dad, and I think he has had some other songs, "Achy Breaky" took the world by storm with his mullets and all of that.
Yeah.
And now it's in your head, right? You can't get rid of
I'm
it.
thinking about it right
I was
now.
actually I started
Yeah.
singing it in my head as soon as you.
Yeah, everyone knows it. We don't have to play it later.
But that is like one of the worst of country, I think.
Yeah.
So, but it was a one-hit
You think it's
wonder.
one of the worst?
I don't think it's one of the best. You like it?
We're still
I don't-
talking about
I don't
it.
hate it. I
That
mean,
means something, I think, when
he
it comes
did-
to writing a song.
that
If you're
man-
still talking about it
that man
30
came,
years
saw,
later,
and
it's-
conquered. Yeah, he did what he
Yeah.
needed to do.
So that's the one-hit wonder that I thought would be relevant to us talking about and fighting about country later.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
Okay.
Nice.
But now everybody's got it in their mind. Everybody's gonna.
I'll tell you
try to
what,
do
though.
Right?
You said-
Pam's about to play it so she can do a line dance.
You said Billy Ray there and Achy Breaky Heart, and I immediately started hearing the intro to Old Town Road.
which
in my
is
head.
really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't want to really consider him a
Gonna
one-hit
take
wonder.
my horse to the Old Town Road.
So he has had more, but that's kind of.
But that's not. But that was technically a Lil Nas X song. He just
Right.
featured on it. So,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know,
He's done some other.
but it's good.
things.
Yeah.
And he's Miley's dad.
Yeah, he's kind of a cool guy. He seems
Yeah.
to be from interviews and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was a fun one-hit wonder.
All right. Well, we'll come back to that
Apparently
later when
I
we talk
know.
about country.
Huh?
Even though apparently it's not.
Well, it is. Why is it not?
He just, I don't know, doesn't he have other songs?
Well, everybody has other songs. The way that we define a one-hit wonder is, did your song
Was
make
it
it
his
into
one
the top
hit?
40? Yeah, your one
Well,
song.
that's-
If
that's
you
the
only
one
had
you're-
one
that's
song that
kinda
made it
the
in
one
the
you're
top
known
40,
for.
yeah.
We're doing country, so I guess.
Yeah, it works.
So I was trying to be relevant. Like when I
yeah.
thought I had lyrics, I had a good country lyric.
Yeah.
There
But
you go.
apparently I didn't have lyric of the week.
What was your country lyric?
I might do it another time.
All right.
So I'm not telling.
Oh, we almost have Bud for the Bud cam. I was trying to look out. There he
Oh,
is.
there he
Look,
is.
look, look. Okay, we gotta get.
Oh, he's getting his
look
treats.
at Bud. So the Bud cam is sponsored by Pawfik Match over at pawfikmatch.org. Bud is not adoptable, although he was adopted.
He was
They've got
adopted.
all types of adoptable
He
dogs
is
over there
not
at
adoptable
Pawfik
now.
Match. So that is the Pawfik Match Bud cam down there. so you
He's
can
very
see.
happy where he is now.
So we get to see Marty's shins and Bud.
and
All
he's
right.
director of marketing for
He
Rescue.
is
Director
So
of
that's good
marketing.
stuff.
Did you say director of marketing?
Marketing.
Yes,
I
director
love
of
it.
I
marketing.
love that.
He gets paid with treats.
That seems fair.
I think so.
So
It costs us more.
I had the deep dive this week, and normally when we do deep dive, it's an album or it's an artist or it's some type of thing. This is going to be an interesting deep dive. I want to talk about success
Okay.
and what it means to be successful. Okay. And I think it'll be interesting too because we've got a couple local musicians as well. I say local, I mean you travel all over playing, and I travel quite a bit too. But when I say local, I just mean not necessarily international fame. RIAA recording artists getting gold and platinum and whatever. So to me, when I think about success, I haven't had a day job in 6 years. So to me, that's success.
Agreed.
Yeah. But there are people that'll look at it and go, oh, well, if you're not Taylor Swift out there making $1 billion on tour.
we go.
There you go. There's Taylor Swift tonight. We need to start
Lord,
drinking when we
can
say
we
Taylor
stop?
Swift.
We
right?
should,
I
yeah.
can't. But no. So, okay, Taylor Swift is successful. Sure. So then what about the guy who makes, Steven Tyler's worth $500 million? Is he successful?
Sure.
Okay. So what about a guy that makes like $5 million a year? Successful. Yeah. And then all the way down to the local guy who made 30,000, 50,000, whatever. I think that, to me, the point is, are you out there doing the thing, creating the art, making the music, whatever it is. Because I get people who come up to me all the time and they go, hey, why are you still around here? Why aren't you in Austin or Nashville or LA or New York or whatever? And it's like, because this is my market. I'm doing my thing.
I think everybody defines their own success too.
Yeah. And I remember, I'm not gonna name drop anybody. There's a local artist that I looked up to when I was coming up, and I'm a big fan of. He just hit 20 years, and he's still playing locally. And I remember 3 or 4 years into his career, and I'm like, dude, you need a YouTube channel, and you need to do this, that, and the other. Like, I'm planning his career for him. I'm like, dude, this is how you get to fame. And it's like, that's not up to me.
Right.
You gotta find your own path at it. And it's great to be inspired by different artists or whatever. Noel Gallagher, one of Jim's favorites, Noel Gallagher said, there's no such thing as undiscovered talent anymore. Because YouTube exists, because the internet exists. If you're good, people will find out about you. And so I think the idea is, and you guys can attest to this, when you play all the time, you get tired. If you're already learning music and writing music and playing music and doing all that stuff, you don't then want to go home and get on social media and put a camera in your face and do all this other kind of stuff. Yeah. Maybe you have to. Maybe that is the key to that next tier of success or whatever. But also that's why you have production teams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a plan for that.
Yeah.
Actually. So because I do play a lot. And
I've noticed.
writing a lot, or I'm practicing for the playing that I'm going to be doing. And so the idea of setting up a camera in front of myself and doing several takes of something to post on TikTok is not my idea of how I want to spend the additional amount of time I have. But I am going to set up a camera at the shows to record them when I'm already playing somewhere.
Right.
And then set up sort of some kind of a high fidelity audio feed so that it'll just capture. And then I'll have a bunch of footage already. I'm already playing, so now I'll have the footage. Yeah. It'll only take me maybe an extra 20 minutes.
Trim it up
and I'll look through and see where it sounds good, and I want to share something. And because I do think you need to. I have very mixed feelings about it, about the whole like trying to get exposure on the internet.
Right.
Are you uncomfortable with self-promotion?
No.
Okay.
I just don't. The reason I
speaking of which, now would be a great time for you to go over to Matt from Boston.
Yeah, you can go. No, you know what it is? It's more so that I think it's. I think if you're on social media long enough, you can kind of see what type of thing really takes off, and then you have to decide for yourself if that's what you want to be doing. And a lot of times, I'll see something and I'll say that's kind of taken off, and that looks like that could be successful, but I don't want to do that.
Right.
And if I did, I think it's likely it would take off a little more than what I want to do, and so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also so happy being in front of real people and playing music for real people.
That's a big thing for me personally. I struggle with that because I almost feel like I handicap myself sometimes because for me, it's about the live performance.
Right.
So playing into a camera,
I
don't have any of that interaction. And also, I mean, I don't write a lot of original music and stuff. Like I'm a cover artist. And so for me, it is the live performance. Like that is where I live and die.
Yep.
And certainly like you're talking about, you can record those and put that out there. But there's something to be said for that, having the audience and doing that.
But I think that's interesting because you said some stuff like the live stuff is not really what makes you the happiest with that. You like writing and you like...
Jim's a studio guy, right?
I want to end up in a studio. I disagree with Mr. Gallagher like I usually do. A lot of people don't know dick about technology, and I'm one of them. I've been wanting to do a website for 20 years.
Yeah.
And the only reason I finally got it done because you encouraged me and your brother offered to do it for...
But I think the point that Noel is making is if you're performing somewhere or somebody that you know knows... So the idea is if I get out here and I tell you that I'm the best, I'm me. Of course I think I'm the best. Otherwise, why would I not be doing, why am I doing what I'm doing? Now, I know as an artist, we all have self-doubt, and I'm not trying to sit here and say, like, I'm the best. I'm just saying, like, if you don't believe in yourself, you're probably not going to be out here doing this to begin with. But the point is like sort of like back in the day where you had street teams where people were going out and you're waiting in line to buy albums and you're fans. It's all about fans. So, like, if you like what I'm doing, push my stuff. You know,
Well, you know what I think? It's like I think a lot of people expect the algorithm is going to do that work for them.
Yeah.
I think you discover somebody and you say, wow, this is incredible. I love this music. I love this artist. And you just assume that because they're great and because maybe you discovered them
That
through
other people will.
something, a playlist on Spotify or something that you saw on social media, that other people will as well. I mean, or maybe it's because I'm getting a little bit older, and when you're in your teens, you just share everything that you think is cool, and as you get into your later 20s and 30s, you don't.
Yeah.
But because I don't really, when I find something cool, even for myself, I'm like, oh, this is great, love this, but I'm not thinking I need to tell all of my friends about it.
Right.
So
it's creating the buzz and the hype and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe fans don't know that that's something that they should be doing, and that they're not used to doing it.
Yeah.
And also, there's so much music. It's like kind of almost.
We are spoiled for choice.
There's
Yeah, it's
well,
true.
you know, there's the financial success, like you were
Yes.
asking about the dollar amount.
Yep.
Then there's the personal success.
Yep.
Did you achieve what you wanted to achieve? Are you doing what you love to do?
Yeah.
No matter what the money coming in or out is. And I think everyone has their own definition.
Yeah.
And can define it differently. How others look at them is hard to, figure out, because they have their own opinion, and you can't really change
Right.
that sometimes. So
Right.
And I love that
Exactly.
you're the studio guy. You have all these words in your mind, and you write these screenplays and you write these songs, and you would not want to be out on a stage in an arena. That's not what you
I
would want
could
to
do it.
Yes, he
It's
would.
not-
Everybody wants to be on stage in an arena.
At this point in my life, that's not important to me, but I wouldn't mind doing it. But I'm just doing my thing, and if people like it, fine. Like you were talking about doing something because something else caught on, and you could do something like that, but that usually doesn't work. And it's like, do your own thing.
Yeah,
people are gonna like it or not.
If like I did if I posted something and it was like POV, I'm showing my sister this song for the first time. No way. And it's like I would rather die than do that. I would rather die than do something that feels inauthentic to me. And I think people as consumers like see that too, and they're
course,
like, oh. No matter what, I mean,
You can see
has
through
it
the
worked for people?
influencers,
Yeah, it's
right?
probably worked in
Yeah.
the past for somebody.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work so
Well, and
much
that's the other thing.
anymore.
Like, it'll hit, and maybe you'll have one video that goes viral like that.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to continually make that type of content
Yeah.
forever. I mean, or if you are, it's like you said, there's a good chance that it's not authentic. It's not a real
Authentic's
experience.
that big word. We're gonna wait
We'll,
till next
we'll do
week.
we'll do a deep dive on that
That's-
at some point.
that's
Yeah,
the whole,
we'll talk about
you
that.
know,
Authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity is going to be a big thing. That's actually going to be a topic as we segue into our next segment as well. So here in a minute.
It is.
It will be.
Oh, yeah.
It is now.
That's right. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about success because I see it in a lot of my friends. I mean, goodness knows we have so much talent here in the Triangle, and you see people at different levels in the game. Some people come in and you don't know who they are, and then 5 minutes later they're playing everywhere all the time, and then you see other people that have been doing it for a long time, and maybe they play 1 or 2 shows a month. Are any of them failures, or is it, if you're out there creating art, isn't it kind of on its own already a level of success? It just depends, but I think that you have to measure it. I don't think there is just a baseline where you go, these people are successful. And then I also think that as long as you're growing,
But
think
I also
that
don't
there's
think you
something
can
to
measure
that.
it by what other people perceive or think.
That's right. It's
It's-
gotta be. You've got
yeah.
your own kind of bars that you're setting as you go along.
Yeah.
And then you watch people's journey. Like I know there's a local band here called Strange Invitation. They've been two of their members have been on our show before. And watching them, or Chessie of Chessie and the Quitters. I'm just dropping some names here locally.
You're a
different
name
local
dropper.
bands.
You're
But
a name dropper.
you watch the journey. You watch people grow and expand, and I don't want to say get better, but I mean get better.
You
Like,
do get
time
better.
you do,
That's the
yeah,
thing
you learn.
that's great about. So
Just don't stop.
One
As
of my
long as you don't give up.
one of my favorite quotes about it I heard recently was like, if you're still in the game, you're winning.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
If you
Yeah.
still because I feel the same way. I've not had to have a day job now since basically 2019, 2020, something like that. And I did
That's
I
awesome.
did do
Congratulations,
some
yeah.
weirder odd jobs, but it
Well,
wasn't
yeah.
like I had to go back to doing a 9 to 5.
Right.
And there are times when I think like, I did great this month, I didn't do so great this other month, but I'm still
It's like being in sales.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like if I were doing real estate, I'd have a bad month and I have a great month, but because I'm still doing it, I haven't given up.
Yeah.
Then I still get better at it. I get to play so much that I get better at playing, and I
Yeah.
get better at writing, and
Yeah.
so
And
and
that's
so
success.
yeah. So to me,
Yeah.
I would consider myself successful because I'm still doing it.
Right.
And I really feel like I get up in the morning and I'm like, how do I keep doing it?
Yeah.
How do I do it another year?
It's a
How do I
lot
get
of
another
stress.
year out of
It's
it?
a lot
Another,
of stress, isn't it?
uh,
How?
you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's a little like at the end of the month, as I'm going into the next month, I'm looking at my calendar and I'm looking at where I might have holes in terms of, like in June, there's one Friday or something. I don't have a gig and I'm trying to see.
It always sticks out and kind of haunts you as you get closer to it.
What am I
You're
going
like,
to do on this one
Especially
day?
on a weekend,
It's
right?
June 14th. If anyone needs
Yeah,
a
if anyone
singer,
needs some music.
I sing and I play guitar and I dance a little.
Go to mattforboston.com.
but so yeah, you kind of don't. And then, but at the same time, there's so many moments where I'm having so much fun and it's exciting, and I see it's just, people are enjoying it or whatever it is, and I think like this is great. Even if it's a little stressful, it's still what I want to be doing.
But it's for you.
Yeah.
And I've said this before. My first job out of high school was used car salesman, and it's very similar. It is a hustle. Like that's no, that's about 45 cars ago. So I kept the sales aspect, not the car itself. But yeah, no, it's a hustle. It's a constant thing. And I think the other way to think about it is, you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days no matter what you're doing. Would you rather have those bad days doing something that you actually are passionate about, or would you rather have them working for somebody else or whatever that is?
Or just doing it.
You're just doing it to make that paycheck. Yeah. So now that's not to say, don't quit your job and follow your dreams if you can't make it work. You should be homeless out here trying to follow your jobs. But
and also, there's nothing wrong if you have a job that's a day job, 9 to 5.
Yeah, if you're able
you work
to do
for someone
both,
else, but you have your
nothing wrong with
weekends
that.
and you have
Exactly.
your evenings.
Exactly.
There's pros and
You're
cons.
still being true to yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the life of a
yeah.
gigging person is not for everybody.
No, absolutely not. And I even in the time I've been doing it, the number of people that you see wash out or whatever, or they start and they're doing great, and then 6 months later you're like, oh, I wonder where that guy's at, and you look him up and he's like, oh yeah, I went back to get, yeah, okay, which is fine.
It's fine.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I think the point is create art. Just make art. Like it doesn't matter. Like whatever you're doing, just make art. Andy Warhol said, create art, and while they're arguing about whether or not it's art, you make more art.
Make something else.
Just keep going. Yeah, let them figure it out. You do what you need to do. So, which brings you. So, speaking about people doing what they need to do, I just want to talk a little bit about you. We got you on the show. I want to get a little bit of your story, whatever you feel like sharing with us. So, this is Matt from Boston, as I've said. He's got his website, which has a schedule there. He does all kinds of amazing stuff in the area. We hit it off pretty quickly. Yeah. Good friends. I met him at open mic here, so I host the open mic.
And you haven't been down here that long, right?
In North Carolina, you mean? I moved here just before the New Year.
Yeah.
So it was December 28th.
Yep.
And I was probably here like a couple days later.
Ted
at the
fell
open
in
mic,
love with him, and then so
I got
did
a
I
gig
and everybody
here,
else. Yeah,
You've made a name very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
I've been hustling. I have sent. What's funny is that for all the gigs that I've gotten, the number of emails for gigs I haven't gotten.
Yeah.
That's like the real number.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hundreds and hundreds.
I've tried to tell people that for every 100
emails,
emails you send out, you might get 10 back, and of those you might book 5 or 4 or whatever. I mean, it's literally 5-6% rate.
It's astonishingly low.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another friend of mine about this because he's in sales.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of commiserating about the fact that you have to send it's a numbers thing.
It is.
And you have to not take it too personally.
Yep.
You send a whole bunch of emails and you
you can get in your feelings real quick. Real quick.
So how did you get your name known around here so quickly? Was it just
I'll tell you what I did.
He has been everywhere all the time.
I was everywhere all the time. So when I first got into town, I started hitting the open mic scene, which was I kind of couldn't believe how many places had amazing open mics.
We are the open mic capital.
So I went every night for about a month straight without really any exception. In fact, some days I would do 2 in the same day, like on a Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. I would go to different open mics. And while I was doing that, I was also emailing like a fiend to every location that had live music, and I don't know, just meeting people. So
you weren't Matt from Boston when you first came.
No, I got the nickname here.
Right. So
that's all Marty's fault. I think it's Marty's fault.
But has that helped? Does that help distinguish you? Because
well, what's funny is that
what did you call yourself for? Just Matt?
I was in a band before.
Okay.
So I was in a band called Matt and the Skeleton Crew.
Excuse me.
The band was called Matt and the Skeleton Crew, and you can actually find us on Spotify and all the places.
Nice.
But so I didn't really have I didn't really establish myself much as a solo act, although I was starting to toward the end of my time in Boston. But I got here, and what's funny is I was thinking to myself, what am I going to call myself? I didn't really want to use my name; that seemed not quite right, and I kept trying to come up with some cool stage name, and I couldn't come up with anything that felt authentic at all. And then I got here, and I must have just mentioned that I was from Boston, and the whole night, it's Matt from Boston, Matt from Boston. Hey, up next, it's Matt from Boston. And so I was like, oh, that'd be kind of funny if I came back with like a little sign that said Matt from Boston.
Which you did.
Which I
And
did.
it stuck.
And then it stuck, and then I got a website, mattfromboston.com, and then I started making business cards, and everything is Matt. I don't even think people even know my actual last name around here, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah, I think it was like a month before I.
Yeah,
your
might have
actual
been.
name. Yeah,
Might have
yeah,
been.
yeah,
You can go incognito when you want to. Just Matt.
Speaking of that, what's funny is that I do actually get people now will see me. Like I was at a farmer's market the other day, and someone said, "It's Matt from Boston,"
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
and I was
it.
like, "Cool, I'm moderately locally famous now."
What you got?
I don't
What
want
you
to
got for us?
interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell the whole story, Maverick, but I'm going
Yeah.
to tell a little bit of it.
Uh huh.
Years ago, during COVID, when we were just open under tents, Maverick showed up one night for open mic, and I just fell in love with him. And after he did his 3 songs, we had a little discussion. Not going to talk about the discussion, but the next year, he was Entertainer of the Year. Brooke Hatela,
Yep.
her first gig here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
She's a superstar in Nashville now.
Yep.
Matt from Boston's on his way.
He is.
Because he was smart enough to come to the niche first.
That's right. That's right.
So
A lot of careers have started in this place.
Anybody out there wants to become a superstar, come to open mic Tuesday night at the niche,
That's
hosted
right.
by Maverick Rose.
There you go.
And we'll do what we can to help you out.
That's right. A lot of careers
That
have
was
started.
just only
here.
during COVID?
Yeah. Right before. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Feels like it was longer than that.
Because I hit February was 5 years of me hosting open mic, so that
Okay.
was when I came in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, so it is, but it's like you said, it's that hustling. You know, you're getting out there and putting
And
your
you
name out
still
and
have
stuff. Yep.
you can't stop. Like once you
It's-
even getting
it's a
in on
lot
certain
of-
venues, it's like constant. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, I personally am really big on building relationships with venues or whatever, just because you need that, just to give you a little bit of an edge. But you can never take it for granted.
Right.
And I remember, talking
someone
about
else is always coming to knock
talking
it,
about
right?
well, and talking about COVID. 3 of the bars that I would play at every single month closed during COVID and never reopened. And so you have to constantly make those new connections, and connection there may just be gone. And I've had a lot of friends. A lot of those shakeups have happened this year in particular. And so I've got a lot of friends that have reached out and they go, "Hey, what are you doing for booking this year?" I'm like, "It's tough." Actually, this year has been one of the tougher years booking wise, just because there has been a big turnover.
There have been a lot of yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? I know one of the big things that Matt does live music bingo, where he actually plays the music himself, not on an iPad or something. Like
That's a lot of fun.
with his guitar and his voice.
It's fun. It's I do and I do it here at Niche on Thursdays, first Thursday of the month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on
It
out.
was an idea. So I used to host a traditional music bingo in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Back when I was in the Boston area, and I remember I would play the songs. People would be playing, and I'd be on my laptop answering emails and stuff. I remember thinking, it'd be so cool if this was more engaging. If I was actually, no kidding, it's a
You
lot of
found
work.
that
I
out the
came up
hard
with it.
way.
By the way, I came up with the idea to do this, and then I got a few locations on board with it, and then they booked me, and I said, oh shoot, I guess I need to actually
learn
figure out how to
some
do this,
songs.
don't
Yeah,
I? How to
some
figure out how to
songs.
make the cards, learn like hundreds of songs,
Yeah.
and I keep having to learn more songs every time because I come back to a location, I'm not going to play the same playlist.
Yeah.
So every
And
time
you get a lot of requests too.
well, I do. That's more from when I do my regular gig. What's funny? It's created a weird problem for me. Is
Yeah.
I'll be playing somewhere and someone will say, "Can you play this one song?" And I'll say, "I can play at least a minute of
Right,
that
'cause
song."
it's just-
Because that's how much I learn. That's my secret. Is when I do the music
That's
bingo,
awesome.
I learn at least a minute of the song.
Yeah.
People are like, "Wow, I can't believe you know so many songs." I'm like
I know
yeah, so
parts
many
of-
songs.
Parts of.
But it's just a part of the song,
Yeah.
and so that's one of the things I'm trying to do right now is go through all the songs that I know about a minute of, learn the remaining
Sure.
2 minutes and 30
Sure.
seconds of.
You'll have a huge catalog then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's growing. So that's what's great.
It's good to know that I'm not the only one that like has an idea
Yeah.
and then sells it to a venue,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, hey, it would be great if we did a podcast live on the air and incorporated a radio show. And it's like, I've never done any of this stuff before.
You have to.
And then you get you get elbow deep into it, and you're like, oh, okay.
That's the thing because I
Now
think
I gotta
so.
find microphones.
Thank you everybody who followed us for season 1 and is
Yeah.
helping to make this dream happen. Because
But I do want to answer that question about what's next because
Yes,
I had a
of
couple
course.
things I wanted to talk about. So first thing is I am recording an album right now, and it's something that I'm doing that's different from anything I've done in the past. In the past, I'll write a song and then I'll arrange around the song.
Uh-huh.
I do love arranging, so I'll write bass lines and keyboard parts. This is going to be a guitar and vocal stripped down, totally. I might have like a snap here or there.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like a.
But it's like an MTV unplugged
But it's like
version
Let
of
me see
it.
that
It's
part.
raw.
That's the
Yeah,
only
I might have you guys
Raw.
snap on a song that I'm working on, but and then I'm gonna sort of basically have something that a band could listen to,
Mhm.
and then when I do a gig, the band will show up. They'll know the songs, and then we'll just play them
Very
instead
cool.
of
Yeah.
having all the parts
Very cool.
prearranged. So that's cool. I'm really excited about it. I've got 16 songs that I haven't released since the last thing that I put out.
Nice.
So I'm pretty hyped. I've been really inspired.
Do you have a date
while I've been
on
here.
when you're hoping?
Well, I'm going
to-
on. Well, here's part of the other announcement: is I'm going on tour in September
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
before I leave for tour. So I have
Okay, so
something
you-
to sell on the
yeah.
record. That's in September. So I leave. I think September 7th or 8th.
Nice.
So that's my
Yeah.
that's my
awesome.
deadline. I'm excited about that. What's funny is I've known about this for a while, but I didn't tell. I work 1 day a week as a music instructor.
Yeah.
I didn't tell my boss about this.
Well, it's out
because
there
I
now.
thought she was gonna flip out because I'm gonna be gone for like a month.
Yeah.
And I told her, she was like, "Oh, cool. Okay, we'll just get a sub."
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, "Oh,
Oh,
okay."
okay.
So now I can
Very
tell people
cool.
about it. So
Very
that's
cool.
officially a thing that's happening.
official.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well, there's the story of Matt from Boston.
There you go.
All right.
My life
Let's
story.
trying to squeeze through.
So,
under
and
here.
we do certainly we certainly appreciate you being on the show, man. So we're gonna talk about country music. Somebody say
said
yay.
yay?
Who say yay out there?
Oh, I need you up here. Get
So,
get to that
We
microphone.
got the spare mic over
Huh? I am the only one up here. I don't know how you feel about it, but I have been the lone ranger on this one up here because
So,
they are very dismissive of country music.
there. So I want to say I'll say two things. Number one, on my way. No, I'll say this first. So before, when I was doing my show prep for tonight, I had to sort of search deep into my soul.
and
Because I'm getting ready to write off an entire genre of music. Clear, like I don't listen to country, but I also don't listen to jazz. I'm not up here telling you that jazz is garbage. I can pretty much categorically say that country is garbage. Modern country. So, and I will make that differentiation. I don't listen to like super heavy metal, but I can say that like there are artists in there that are doing good work, whatever. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean that it's trash. Country is trash. All right. Secondly,
Disagree.
I tried really hard. I went and found like the 2024 hit country songs and listened on the way here, and I had to pull over twice to throw up. So it
Wow.
those
it may
are really
affect you.
strong
It may
words. you
affect-
have.
it may affect.
And that goes back to success. What is considered successful in any music is it's getting airplay, it's out there, and all that.
So-
there are a lot of country music singers right now who are not getting that kind of success. Commercialization that you despise and the
Yeah,
stereotype that you have of the songs talking about beer and women.
And that was the big thing is like in what I was listening to of all the country hits is that they're all the same. It's all the same song just over and over and over again. My problem with it is not that that's an issue because you can make the same argument about modern rock. You can make the same argument about pop music. Pop music's always been that way. It's not the issue that it's fake. This is the real stuff right here. And it's, well, then why does your song sound like everybody else's?
Well, there's a formula that's working right now, right?
Sure,
And that's
sure.
what they're all going for. And there's a lot of long blonde haired girls singing right now, country, right? All the guys have
So-
their baseball caps and their.
And I want to be clear, none of this is targeted at like Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard and any of that kind of stuff. And it's not even targeted so much at '90s country. I like Garth Brooks, I listen to George Strait and stuff like that. It's not that kind of stuff. It's the Keith urbanization. It's the I couldn't cut it as a
Keith
rock singer.
urbanization.
I couldn't cut it as a rock singer, so I decided to come
I
into
kinda
country
like
music.
that.
And let the machine make of me what it will.
Well, what do you think of somebody like Darius Rucker going from Hootie and the Blowfish to
I
becoming?
don't respect it
because
because it's fake. It's fake.
I think
but
he
it's,
was very.
it's pretending to be authentic. It's not the fact that it's fake. It's if they would be honest about it, if they would say, yeah, this is just a money machine. I'm
pop, and then he really wanted to do country, and I read up a lot about him when he first did it and how seriously too country he was. When he was doing his first songs, they were too country because he was so passionate about country, or that deep, darker country, and it didn't work.
we have one rule. Well, we have two rules at the niche. Number
Get
one,
on
no
up here,
F-bombs.
Em.
Number two, no wagon wheel. All right.
Yeah.
What do you got for us, Emily?
So I do have to agree with you. Modern country, but representation of what country music is now. But I'm a Southern girl. I grew up here.
Sure.
I watched Hee Haw
Yeah.
with my grandparents growing up. It was awesome. With Roy Orbison, and back in those days, that's what I love.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Of,
I love the country music that just it's just sad and mournful, and you just they're just crying. As
Yeah,
playing
I've got
the
nothing
guitar.
against that at all. I'm
Yeah.
from here. I'm from the South,
Yeah.
and I'm cool with that. I got no problem with that at
I
all.
know,
The,
yeah.
the authentic stuff is good.
And I'm a '90s country
Yep.
girl all the way.
Yep.
I love
Nothing. So
90s
yeah, that's
country.
why I say I want to
Who's
be.
your favorite?
Yeah,
Who's your favorite?
my number
Yeah,
two.
Clint
He's
Back.
good.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I just wanted to say I don't love my girls in their short shirts in the back of my pickup truck, and
Yep.
the world's awesome, and I don't know. I just don't
Yeah,
like.
it's hokey.
I don't like the hokiness.
There is a formula
Yeah.
that they're using to write some
It
of the
is,
songs.
and it's
Yeah.
Right?
one of the things that we talk about when you got 15 songwriters on a song.
What about somebody like Chris Stapleton, though, who is
I
so
do
massively
love
talented? Yeah,
Chris
right.
Stapleton.
So massively
Because you can
talented. He's a
feel it.
songwriter.
When I love, and I'm a big music buff. I love all types of music. I love the history of music, where it comes from. But yeah, you can feel his music. Like you can, when he's singing it, you're like, he's telling a story, and it's here.
And he's a songwriter. Really stand out as
Yes.
somebody who's really genuine and authentic.
Yes,
if you want the
genuine.
authenticity, not urbanization of it, I think
Yeah.
he is.
And so like yeah, for me, like I said, and thank you very much. I appreciate that insight. But yeah, for me, like like I said, it's nothing against Southern culture or whatever. I mean, bluegrass is awesome because it's authentic. Like I don't have any issue with that. It's the fake stuff pretending to be authentic that I have an issue. Yeah, what you got, Dave?
Well, Mav, I've got a
Can
sneaky
you, yeah, let's make sure we get you. You
I've
can
got
if you,
a,
if you just squeeze the handle there, it'll.
for country music. And I've never
we wrote
heard
a country
you,
song last
I've never
week.
heard you perform a country song
No,
in public
no.
ever. I don't think.
Probably
No.
never
Or in
will.
private ever.
Yeah.
But only you know which country song you'd be amazing singing.
I'll get you next week at open mic, my friend.
All right.
I'll get you.
You're kind of
All right.
You're
Thanks,
kinda,
Dave.
You're kind of quiet on this.
Yeah,
Jim.
Jim's being quiet.
All right, what do you want to hear? Country western is like rock music. You already said it. Country music.
The old stuff is good. The modern stuff is
yeah,
dead.
pretty much. Because when I was looking, Campbell, a country artist, according to some list, he is.
Generally,
you know.
he's considered a country
So-
artist, but yeah.
And again, like any genre, I found good ones in the 60s and 70s, and later on, not so much. I tried to find one and said, Jason Isbell is a good writer. Oh, no, that's
But he's
Americana.
folk, yeah.
He's too good for country. We can't have him.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. There is quite a bit of that. Absolutely. Yeah. What's up, Bill? Our other friend from Boston.
What's going on?
If you squeeze that handle right there, no, the handle just below the mic,
just
you squeeze
hold
it.
It's a little foul.
Ain't gonna happen.
Country music is a point of transition, right? Because the whole country is in transition. People aren't living in the country as much. The whole U.S. is not as country as it used to be. Everything's being developed. So you're not going to get as much authentic country because people aren't living in the country anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think country music is going to somewhat go away
Yeah.
because we as a country are not as country.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that's how it's.
Don't have anything to talk about anymore.
Exactly.
Rural America is
Right.
is shrinking.
Nobody's out plowing the fields.
Right.
Machines
Everybody's
are doing
moving.
it. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
nobody is-
that sort
right.
of country life, which most of those songs are based on, does not exist anymore.
That's
I
right.
don't think most of them are
That's
based
right.
on that.
So not currently, but the older stuff is.
Yeah,
How
but
many
that's
of them are riding horses? I mean, there used to be
That's-
horse riding in
yep.
country music. There's
But
no
now
horse
you're
riding anymore
stereotyping. Now you're stereotyping. Why
Stip-
does that have to be what a country song is about?
because I'm living in the country, and these are the things that you do when you live in the country.
Yeah. I hear you, Bill. I
Yeah.
agree.
Do you go?
What's
When you
the
live in
def-
the country, you go to your local watering hole. You don't go to your Olympic-sized swimming pool.
So
You
that-
go to your local watering hole.
That begs the answer. What is the definition of country music? I don't know. Or what is that?
It's a good point.
Aha! Nobody knows.
Well, there you go.
And
That's
maybe-
my 2 cents.
Much like pornography, I know it when I see it.
I have the total opposite opinion about from everybody that's here right now.
All right.
I think the music, country music from the '90s, was I had no interest in that, and I wrote it off for a really long time. And I hate to say this. I have an R, and I was so often thinking to myself, "Damn it, I really like this song." And it was a country song, And there were many times, and I've made some friends since I've been in North Carolina that like country music. I've gone out to Whiskey Rose, and I've heard some country music being performed over there. And I'd have to say that I regret that I wrote it off for such a long time, because I actually think it's sort of having its moment right now. And actually, if I had to make a prediction, I think within the next few years, country is going to be like the big music, Beyonce did a song sort of country adjacent.
Yeah, she did.
And I think, and I've been out, and I'm being out at places where they're playing country music, and yeah. But sorry to be the controversial opinion of the room.
No, it's good. I mean, that's great to have that balance and have that additional perspective. And you did hit on something right there, the youth.
Yeah.
If you look out at any of the honky tonks that are around our area in particular, they're full every single Friday, Saturday,
line
whatever.
dancing a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That element is there. I mean, there's a reason that Broadway on Nashville is the place to be right now.
Yeah.
Well, because everybody's opening a bar.
That's right.
Well, it's
also-
they're able to do that because
Well, sure.
they're spoiled for choice. I mean, there is a lot of talent out there, and that's where the talent is. That's where the
Production
money is.
Quality in Nashville is
Higher
that's
than
where it's
anywhere
the
else.
best.
Yeah.
If you want to make a record that sounds slick,
Yeah.
really good, go to
Go out
Nashville
there.
for it.
Yeah.
So
It hurts my feelings, but you're right. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't argue with it. I mean, you're right. Tack Bishop out there in YouTube land says that he's glad to hear I don't have a problem with Johnny Cash. Yeah, Johnny Cash is a legend.
I
man.
love
He's
Johnny
the man in
Cash.
black. Everybody.
Yeah.
I think Johnny Cash is universally like.
He's
I don't
so
know
great.
anybody.
I think a
personally,
lot of
but-
people think they know Johnny Cash, but they don't really know a lot of his songs. They say they like Johnny Cash because they know one or two of his songs, but they don't really know Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
but I saw the movie though.
That's right.
I do actually play Ring of Fire as one of my songs that I cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good song.
Well, now that we've heard everyone's opinions on country music, you look like you're about to say something, Jim.
I like some of the old guys' names: Merle Haggard, Ferlin Husky, Conway Twitty.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Nothing wrong
That was
with
the best line of the whole album.
And Matt's point is taking that, like anything. I don't hear a lot of this stuff today, so it's kind of hypocritical to make a big judgment on it.
Yeah.
But what I hear in Outback just puts me off my
That's
ribeye.
right.
I tell you.
Well, I think if you took any
While you're eating your
genre,
bloomin' onion.
if you took any genre of music, I think you'd have the trash, just no talent. You'd have the stuff that seems like it's done for the profit, and then you'd have the stuff that's great, truly authentic. I think I could say the
you're
same
right,
thing
every
about
single-
hip hop or country,
Rock.
metal, rock.
That's
you
fair.
know,
I
That's
agree.
fair.
You're right. Most of it is trash.
and most
in
of it,
every
most of
genre.
it, in that's
Unless
being
it's
created
the
is probably
Beatles.
not worth listening to. But
And the Who.
And it's, I struggle with it too because it's like, as an artist, if you get up and play an instrument in front of people, period, you automatically have a level of like my respect.
Yeah.
Like I just as a baseline, it's hard to do it. Like, it is. So,
and
but-
to have a career too. I mean,
to be able to be
You have to
successful,
admire
whatever
that in
level.
some
So
way.
again, talk
Yeah.
about success, like whatever level of success. But yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we'll keep things moving right along because we're into the last 10 minutes here. We do not have a dog for our Talk Doggy to Me section.
Is that because it's the holiday?
It is a holiday, so all of our puppies at Perfect Match are out celebrating Memorial Day, and
Well, they're probably
kicking-
getting lots of treats.
they're
and
kicking
getting a
off
lot of
summer,
love.
and a lot of them are at the lake or the beach or whatever, and celebrating. So we just want to take this moment to say that if you are considering adopting, fostering, are we going to get Bud? We're at least going to we'll get a shot of Bud here. So there's Bud.
Because Bud is a rescue.
Bud is a
and
rescue.
I know we've talked about it before. I'm going to say it again. We rescued Bud when he was 9 years old.
Yeah, senior
So
dogs need love.
Senior dogs need love, and there's so many out there in need. And please take a look at a senior dog because they are so eternally wonderful and grateful.
That's right.
And Bud, we got him at 9. He was in really bad shape. Didn't know how long we'd have him, and we've had him for 4 years now. And we're hoping for many more. So
That's right. So if you are listening out there and you're thinking about adopting, please adopt, don't shop. Go over to perfectmatch.org. They've got all types of adoptable dogs there. And if you can't adopt, please consider fostering. The rescues take care of all the cost. All you have to provide is the love and the shelter.
Yep.
And if you can't foster, consider donating over there at perfectmatch.org. They have all types of ways for you to donate, whether that be purchasing something from their Amazon list, supplies to help out, or donating directly. And if you can't do that, then consider volunteering and giving your time. They're always looking for that. If you're not local to our area, there are all types of shelters and rescues all over the country. So wherever you are, just look for the closest shelter and help. And please, 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 spay and neuter.
Spay and neuter.
And help us control the pet population because
the kindest
particularly
thing. It's the kindest.
yeah,
thing you could
particularly
do.
here in North Carolina, we are the second highest euthanasia rate in the country.
And Pawfak Match
So-
goes a lot to South Carolina to help.
They
there
do.
because
They
have a really
pull-
high rate as
yes,
well.
and they pull the dogs that other rescues can't or won't.
Right.
A lot of medical issues and things like that. So they help out a lot. So please do what you can out there. And that is going to.
And Hank Williams was great.
Was he a dog?
No, but he died in his 20s.
Oh, there you
But
go.
he was an actual songwriter.
Do you like Hank Williams Jr.?
No.
I knew that.
Yep.
I knew that.
Well,
Are you ready for some football?
now I think it would be a great time to get a song from Matt. Matt is a songwriter. We're going to get him to play a song for us live on the air. Unless you're listening to this from the recording, in which case it'll be recorded on the air. But it
I
is
just
a
became
live
immediately
performance.
nervous. And
Oh, you're good,
reading
man.
This,
You got
this
this
There's
thing.
only
Oh, look,
millions
he's
of
got
people.
notes. My
There's
man's got
millions
notes
of people
out here.
watching that.
Yeah.
Millions.
Oh, you're good, man.
This is like the Grammy Awards.
This is it right here. It might even be a country song. I doubt it. It's an acoustic
It's
guitar.
jazz, brother.
It's jazz.
I
Let's
was-
go.
well, yeah, because you're like thinking, oh, I hate jazz. I don't know. Somebody was
No.
saying that I'm into jazz.
Well, I was just saying I don't listen. I don't generally listen to jazz. It's not that I don't.
I don't
like
even
it.
know if I could call it jazz, but I've been listening to a lot of jazz recently.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, let's
So
move
it's,
that. If you slide that mic as
I'll bring it
far,
forward.
as far as you can,
So
and
it's inspired. It's
Are
inspired.
you gonna be?
by-
Are you playing with
Yep.
your keys?
No, I would have my. I
gonna
use
go
this
ahead and-
to like hold my
Oh.
guitar picks. It's like a guitar pick holder.
Oh, that's
What's
Yeah.
so
cool.
funny is that somebody needed a quarter once, and so I actually there's a bit of extra space in here, and so occasionally I'll stick a quarter in.
Nice.
And I said, I got you, and I went like this, and I was like, here you go. This is.
gave him a guitar pick.
And I gave the impression that I carry around a little quarter holder, which would be about the dorkiest
I love it.
possible
man.
thing.
I
to
love
do.
it.
Um,
Instead of being cool, it was kind of nice.
I'm not cool at all. I have no chill,
That's not true.
and no, it's seriously true. And I try so hard to seem cool, and I've got no chill.
Oh, you're so cool. You're so
So
cool.
if you guys, I'll play this. So what I wanted to do is about the worst idea possible, highly risky for me. I've been writing a lot recently, and instead of taking months to work on a song, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
I'll
just comes.
yeah, like in like 45 minutes or something. But
Some of the best songs have been written that way.
yeah, so I've got about 4 or 5 songs that seems to have been the case, and this one I wrote pretty like a day or two ago.
Perfect.
And it's weird and it's kind of jazzy and confusing. So I'm
there a
like,
story
so
with
this
it?
would be like a story.
Is there a story?
That's perfect, man. Just give it to us. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna play the song instead of telling you the story.
Okay.
There you go.
because
All right.
It's all everything I do. It's all fiction,
cool.
works of fiction.
Love it.
No
Okay.
real person or place or thing.
Okay.
behind the
That's
song.
right.
But I'm
Is
gonna
there a
ask for a
name?
favor. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it "Oh Babe."
Okay.
If I can get you guys to snap with me,
Okay.
we need like that real 1, 2, 1, 2. In the studio audience, you guys can snap along as well if you like. All right.
Mine don't snap.
There we go. Oh, babe, it's a game I shouldn't play. Oh, babe, it's already far too late. Oh, babe, I should steer the ship away. 'Cause the sanity you say to me goes send me to my grave. What you got is practically unheard of. What you got could drive a man insane. I'd let you get away with murder just to keep you coming back my way. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. I'm becoming such a fiend. Oh, babe. Look what you've done to me. Oh, babe. But you're just so sweet. If you were a poison apple, I would sink my teeth in deep. What you got is practically unheard of. But what you got could drive a man insane. I'd let you get away with murder just to keep you coming back my way. This is a recipe for disaster. You and me, two fire signs.
coming one more time, oh babe, oh babe.
All right. That is Matt from Boston. Go to mattfromboston.com. Check that man out.
I got
Thank you so much,
most
man.
of it.
Oh, babe. I
Most
like
of
it. I dig it, man. That was good stuff.
That was.
So I
You
want to
just
thank
wrote it
everybody for
yesterday,
hanging with us out
You
here.
just wrote it yesterday?
Yeah, like a couple
nice.
days ago or something like that.
Yeah. Thank everybody for hanging out with us here for the Maverick Rose Music Hour. If you are live on location, you can hang around. We're going to switch gears into the retro rewind portion. If you're listening on the radio, you're listening at WCOMLP. That's WCOMFM.org on the worldwide interwebs, 103.5 FM on the dial, and broadcasting out of Carborough and Chapel Hill.
Everywhere.
So, yep.
Everywhere.
All over, intergalactically, we broadcast. So thank you all for hanging out with us. Those of you that
Thank
are
you all
on
for
YouTube,
being
if you're
here.
on iTunes, Spotify, all those good places. And make sure you check us out over at the Maverick Rose Music Hour.
Walked in with food.
Big shout out to Rescue Wood Rehab for sponsoring and for Niche Wine Lounge for hosting. Go over to maverickrosemusic.com and go to mattfromboston.com. Check out stuff from Matt. We will see you next week for the podcast, but we'll be shifting to the radio show right now.